Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Fans of Sister Wives attack TLC, saying we are not stupid. After the most recent episode of season 19, Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, is receiving criticism. The family had met in Wyoming to lay Garrison to rest, and it was expected to be an emotional occasion. Some viewers, however, believe Kody made everything about himself once more, and some even hold TLC accountable for the incident. To find out why, continue reading. Kody Brown's Sister Wives, an emotional. In the most recent season 19 episode, Kody shared his sorrow. The Sister Wives star was grieving over his son's untimely passing. He claims that he will do everything in his power to honor Garrison. Many viewers, however, were offended that Kody would only pay tribute to his deceased son. Kody did it for the cameras, according to some. Garrison's dissatisfaction with his father for ignoring them has also been witnessed by fans. Michael T. further asserted that since Garrison's passing, Kody has further distanced his elder children from his ex-wives. TLC is blasted by fans, we are not stupid. After the contentious season 19 episode, some fans are criticizing TLC on social media. The Billboard said that the network will do everything in its power to honor Garrison and that the program would be about Kody remembering his time in Wyoming with his family. However, the episode turned out to be Kody and Robyn's little getaway with their children. Garrison, whom he called their special passenger, was hardly addressed as he boasted about his signs. The episode was the epitome of gaslighting, the OP continued. Others concurred, saying that Garrison and his family were insulted by what TLC did. I'm tired of TLC assuming we're also ignorant. Avoid a boycott of the upcoming season unless you are honest about Robyn and Kody. It did felt strange. Particularly how excited Kody was displaying to his family every sign he had created. They claimed to make this journey every year, didn't they? He should have done that by now, in my opinion. And then watching the show and Kody becoming annoyed because they had to stop. Robyn was irritated and wanted to go because it was pouring heavily. Therefore, I also don't think the timeframe is accurate. I would absolutely watch a whole season of them using a forensic auditor to go through the family's pot finances as well as those of Kody and Robyn. This insults Garrison and his family so much. What if Robyn's children died and they took a fun vacation while traveling to the child's funeral? Would never occur. Sister Wives, admirers I believe Kody Brown abused the trip to Wyoming. According to a different social media thread, Kody Brown never meant to live in Wyoming with his ex-wives and children. Rather, some think that he and TLC took advantage of the occasion to offer him a brief getaway. Online users have also shared images and videos of Kody traveling across Wyoming with his kids. The idea that Kody might have abandoned Garrison in the car while he was enjoying himself with his family also unsettled other people. When discussing Garrison's death, Sister Wives, Kody breaks down in tears, saying, "This is my son." Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, hasn't always been very vocal about his emotions. His life has had many highs and lows throughout the years, but his son Garrison died a year ago. For the franchise, it was among the most startling pieces of news. After being completely taken aback, the Brown family finally talked about the tragedy for the first time in a year. Following the death of his son Garrison, Kody acknowledged that he was experiencing heartbreaking grief. One of his sons shot himself at his home and killed himself. After discovering him dead in his house, his brother Gabriel told the other members of the family. Janelle, Garrison's mother, has been crying and sobbing over the tragedy, and now, for the first time, Kody started crying when he thought about Garrison. His unfiltered feelings were shown to the audience, and we all felt sorry for him in a way. Kody and Robyn, Sister Wives, disrespected Garrison's funeral. The Brown family made the decision to travel to Kody, Wyoming, to lay Garrison's ashes in the most recent Sister Wives episode. A year had passed since his passing, and they believed the time had come. Kody and Robyn boldly transformed the lengthy road trip into a family getaway. Kody had a happy time eating ice cream with his family, but he also shed crocodile tears. They also dared to explore the area, including riding aboard a stagecoach and seeing the Wild West show. Sister Wives, Cody sobs while discussing Garrison's death. Nobody ever finds death easy. Particularly when it's a close one. Garrison, 25, committed suicide, causing a great grief for the Brown family. Even though the true cause of the disaster is yet unknown, it is still incredibly tragic and heartbreaking. The Brown family had been silent about his passing for more than a year, but now they were prepared. Janelle has never held back when expressing her affection for her baby. She cried even during the episode when she thought of Garrison. Unexpectedly, Cody also started crying when he admitted that he finds it difficult to accept his son's death. Grief comes to him in waves, he added. He is unable to really recover when it strikes him. He went on to say that as he was negotiating the overpowering waves following the death of his kid, he had an anxiety attack. He spoke up and admitted that if he sobs or screams aloud about it, he can't end it. He was unable to stop the feelings from impacting him since they were so overwhelming. Cody went on to say that he wished to bring Garrison home and enter his ashes between those of his grandparents. He claimed that Garrison was his son, and it was clear that he cherished him. When he was born, it was he who cradled him in his arms. He used to grieve and make plans for how to bury his ashes as part of his grieving process, and Cody used to rock him to sleep. Before Garrison committed suicide, they had a dreadful relationship. Fans of Sister Wives are horrified by Garrison's ashes plot. The Brown family just had an emotional reunion in Wyoming as part of Sister Wives Season 19. To send Garrison to his last resting place, Cody gets back together with his ex-wives. The uncommon meeting moved many fans. The plot of Garrison's ashes, however, repulsed several admirers. To find out why, continue reading. Sister Wives, did Cody Brown refuse to give Garrison his rights? Before, a source came forth with startling allegations regarding Cody's rights with reference to Garrison. The Sister Wives star talked about how much he wanted to bury his son himself and bring his body home. But according to the allegations, Cody was never listed on Garrison's birth certificate. Despite being the biological father, Cody was therefore legally unable to remove his son's remains for himself. According to the source, Garrison never included Cody's name in his last will and testament. As a result of his son's passing, Cody is left without any compensation, particularly life insurance from his military service. The plot of Garrison's ashes has fans inconsolable. On social media, some fans talked about the most recent Sister Wives Season 19 episode. It includes the family's journey to Wyoming for Garrison's funeral. Additionally, the family used the occasion to get together and catch up on one another's life. However, it was Cody and Robyn's brief getaway that drew the OP's notice. The OP claims that while they were enjoying themselves, they were unsure of where to place Garrison's ashes. Others found it upsetting that Cody was merely enjoying himself with his family, and they wished that Janelle had been with Garrison's ashes at the time. It takes 15 hours to go from Flagstaff to Lovell. Cody is an hour away from Lovell. Since it would be dark when they reached Cody if they went straight through, it seems to me that the trip took 2 days. They probably left the ashes in their hotel room or at the ranch. Because Cody, Mary, Janelle, and Christine each received a section in honor of Garrison, everyone is upset. In a very affectionate manner, Mary, Janelle, and Christine honored him with theirs. Cody, who oversees all of his scenes, decided to make his about himself and his new family rather than his son. The return trip to honor Garrison ended up being just another episode of Look at Me, Cody. Every single thing must be about him or Robyn. Until that journey home, he nearly convinced me. Then Cody returned in his true form. I had the same question. The burial trip's entire vacation component was really strange. To me. Sister Wives, why they selected Wyoming, explained by Janelle Brown. Janelle Brown also discussed the reasons for their decision to scatter Garrison's ashes in Wyoming. The Sister Wives star claims that the Brown family has deep roots in Wyoming, where both her mother and Cody's father are interred. Additionally, according to Janelle, Garrison has always considered Wyoming to be his home and would be pleased to have it serve as his ultimate resting place. In the aftermath of the latest episode of Sister Wives Season 19, viewers have united in a collective backlash, not just against Kody Brown but also against TLC itself. As emotions ran high following the tragic loss of Kody and Janelle Brown's son Garrison, fans tuned in expecting a solemn and heartfelt tribute. Instead, they were met with a tone-deaf display that many are calling manipulative, misleading, and outright disrespectful. Fans flooded social media with outrage, and the hashtag #WeAreNotStupid began trending within the Sister Wives fan community. This wasn't just another awkward episode in the long and turbulent timeline of the Brown family, it was a turning point for many fans who feel that both the show's production and its main patriarch have gone too far. In their eyes, Sister Wives has stopped being a raw portrayal of a complex family dynamic and has morphed into a calculated, exploitative production that spins the narrative to favor Kody and Robyn. For some, this is the final straw. Let's take a deep dive into the reasons why Sister Wives fans are saying enough is enough, and why so many now believe TLC is intentionally misleading viewers, insulting both the audience's intelligence and Garrison's memory in the process. Garrison's death, a tragedy that should have been handled with grace. The loss of Robert Garrison Brown, Janelle, and Kody's beloved son, was a heartbreaking moment not only for the family but for fans who had watched Garrison grow up on screen. Garrison had become known for his wit, honesty, and deeply emotional reflections, particularly in recent seasons when he openly criticized Kody for distancing himself from his older children. As one of the few Brown children to speak candidly about their father's favoritism, his absence has left a void. When TLC announced an episode dedicated to honoring Garrison, expectations were high for a somber, respectful tribute. Fans hoped the episode would offer closure, family unity, and acknowledgement of Garrison's grievances, especially in light of his documented pain over being estranged from his father. Instead, they were greeted with what many have called Kody and Robyn's Wyoming vacation. Kody Brown makes it about himself, again. In the episode in question, Kody is seen getting emotional, speaking about how he'll honor Garrison as much as he can. At face value, this sounds sincere. But longtime viewers saw through the facade. His actions throughout the episode didn't align with his words. Instead of focusing on memories with Garrison, Kody appeared preoccupied with his own discomfort, travel itinerary, and, shockingly, his handmade signs. He showed off these signs with a kind of childish glee, turning the solemn trip into something closer to a quirky sightseeing detour. According to many fans, he barely mentioned Garrison, referring to him vaguely as their special passenger. The moment that really struck a nerve came when he got visibly irritated during a rainstorm and expressed frustration over delays. At no point did viewers feel that the trip was truly about grieving Garrison. Instead, Kody's behavior painted a picture of a man inconvenienced by his son's passing, not emotionally torn apart by it. Robyn Brown's presence, and the implicit message it sends. As if Kody's behavior wasn't alienating enough, viewers also honed in on Robyn Brown's demeanor. Throughout season 19, Robyn has continued to position herself as the real wife, Kody's legal spouse and emotional confidant, while quietly keeping her distance from Janelle, Mary, and especially Christine. Fans noticed that the Wyoming trip included Kody and Robyn's children, but none of the older kids from his previous marriages were shown traveling with them. While some speculated that TLC edited it that way for narrative purposes, the implication was clear: this was Kody's new nuclear family on a road trip, and Garrison was an afterthought. What was even more jarring was the contrast between the tone of the episode's promotion and what actually aired. Promos hinted at a deeply emotional, family-wide tribute to Garrison, but what fans got felt more like a detour wrapped in forced sentimentality. We are not stupid. TLC's manipulation sparks fan backlash. This discrepancy between the marketing and actual episode content sparked outrage. On platforms like Reddit, Facebook, and X, formerly Twitter, fans shared their frustrations under a common message: we are not stupid. I'm sick of TLC thinking we are stupid too. Tell the truth about Robyn and Kody or risk a boycott of next season, one fan wrote. Everything felt off, another viewer posted. Especially how giddy Kody was showing off all the signs he had made. Isn't this supposed to be a tribute trip? He made it all about himself. Can you imagine if one of Robyn's kids passed away and they went on a fun vacation on the way to that kid's funeral? would never happen. Others accused the network of gaslighting the audience, deliberately crafting a narrative that misrepresented what actually happened, assuming that viewers would either not notice or not care.